Hi everyone, it's Lynn Cherry, Low Carb Traveler, and I wanted to come on and clear up a couple of things real quick, and I'll also do an unboxing of this month's Keto Krate box. And I haven't actually eaten anything out of the box yet, which is shocking, but I just found out two interesting things that were a little bit confusing, and I wanted to clear those up. Um, so they're new things actually that I wasn't aware of. So first of all, if you got the November Keto Krate, I would love to hear what was your favorite thing in the box this month. It was a really, really good box. And I happen to have a little bit of insider info that the next three boxes are going to be even better. Just FYI. It's a great box. Like I said, they still have a bunch of these boxes left. I just found that out. So they're shipping them next day right now. So if you want to get this box that I'm about to show you, then they'll ship it out the next day after you order it. So there's 9 products. There is a coupon code that's back. So there's quite a few little quick updates I want to share with you guys. They did away with the coupon code for a little while. There's also a couple of new options, 2 of which I wasn't aware of, and I want to kind of explain those because they might affect your decision if you aren't already subscribed to Keto Krate. They might affect your decision about like what choice you want to make as far as getting this box. So first of all, hello, how are you? We're live, so feel free to comment back. We'll just dig right in and I'll show you what's in the box because there were 9 really, really good keto products. And I want to say too that I've been getting multiple boxes. There are a lot of different companies that do monthly keto subscription boxes, and they're not all the same. So I've done quite a few comparisons. Keto Krate is the only box that is guaranteed gluten-free. Every product in the box is going to be gluten-free. So that may or may not matter to you, but it does affect like the quality of products that they put in the boxes. The other thing is they have a no maltitol policy, which is important for a lot of our guts. Some of us just can't tolerate maltitol as an ingredient. They also have a policy that everything that goes in the box has to be 5 net carbs or less. And so I think they have a lot of really good policies. They're also the biggest company. I've been getting their box the longest. They are consistently the best in terms of like it's always a good value. So there are some new options on the site that are confusing. They confused me. So I took a look at them and I kind of want to go over what your options are in terms of maybe you don't want to subscribe. Maybe you don't want like a monthly subscription. Maybe you don't want to like subscribe just to get this box and then forget to cancel. So I found some other options for you. Anyway, so we'll go through real quick what the 9 products are in this month's box and what I like about them and things. And I'd like to hear your feedback too, especially if you got this month's box. So just to explain, the one that you see behind me, that was from last month. And then this month's box is right here. So every single month, it's kind of like getting a birthday surprise, right? Every single month, it's a box full of variety. It's surprises. You never know what you're going to get. So it's new things to try. And I don't always like every product in the box, but it kind of has forced me because maybe I'm a little picky or maybe I get in a rut and I tend to just kind of eat the same things over and over. So it's kind of forced me to get creative with the way that I use the products or what I do with them. And that's been fun. In terms of, and they send recipes too, like they give you recipes to do with things. So let's say, for example, we'll take the first thing out of the box. Yum. I've had Crazy Go Nuts gourmet walnuts before, and let me just tell you, they are gourmet walnuts. They are extremely good. But here's the fun part. They send like a creative recipe all the time. And for this one, there's a recipe for, it's like a buffalo walnut bacon dip. Oh my gosh, it looks so amazing. But I want to eat these as a snack. But the fun thing is, even when they don't send like a specific recipe, is coming up with something creative or like fancy or fun to do with each of the products that you may or may not like by themselves. So I don't really like spicy stuff by itself that much. So I'm definitely going to make the dip, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But I thought what I would do, since the recipe calls for the whole bag, is that I will make half a serving of the dip, since there's only one of me anyway, and then eat the other half of the walnuts as they are. Anyway, so this is just one of the products, and as you can see, they're full-size products. It's not just like snack-size products. And I don't think that they're very clear about that on their website. I think that they say you're going to get like X number of snacks per box, but they're really full-size products like, you would buy. They're not like trial size or whatever. Anyway, so that's number one of the 9, and I like Crazy Go Nuts. They're loaded with omega-3s, yada yada, blah blah. They are really good. I had, I think, garlic parmesan walnuts from them before. They were fabulous. So a couple other things that are in the box. One of the things I am excited about trying is this. It's called Sweet Cheat Hot Chocolate. So I like hot chocolate, especially this time of year. And this looks interesting and fun. However, I have a feeling that I might be able to get creative with it as far as the recipe goes. Like, it might actually be, I'll just have to see what I can do with it, because I don't want to like chat all day about what I might do with it. We all know the no cookies, right? So the double chocolate cookie was in this month's box. These are not cookies. I mean, they are cookies, but for me, they're more like a meal replacement bar, because they're thick. They're very thick and chewy, and they're extremely filling. So to me, I eat these on the go, like a meal replacement, or if I have a busy work day, I'll eat them at my desk. I'll like put peanut butter on this, or something like that, and just make a quick meal out of it. So I tend to use these more as a meal replacement bar. Like, if you're going to eat these as a cookie, you need to cut them in 4s. They're thick, chewy, and very filling, and a superfood. So this doesn't have any junk in it. It's not going to have anything that bloats you or makes you feel icky. It doesn't spike your blood glucose. I've tested it with my blood glucose and ketone testing meter. But it's almonds, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, coconut oil, egg whites, coconut, flax seeds, cocoa powder, coconut flour, chia seeds, yada yada, salt, yada yada. So really good. It's a really good product. They had a little bit of an issue last year, by the way. That's been cleared up. For those of you who have been around for a while and you tried No Foods when I first tried them last year, it was like a little over a year ago. They have a new CEO. All their recipes have been redone. Their products are fabulous. So they have all new recipes and stuff, just FYI. So that was like the second product. No, that was the third product in the box. Another one, and this is really popular. Everybody on Instagram is raving about these. I'm not a big fan of pork rinds. They hurt my teeth. Like, they're not, like, some of them that are like, easy or whatever, and then every once in a while you get one that's like really hard. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think it's going to break my teeth. Anyway, these are consistently good, though. This particular company, Southern Recipe Small Batch, they're really good. They're always like super fresh. Anyway, it's spicy dill. So I'm thinking a really nice dip would be good for that. In fact, maybe the buffalo bacon walnut dip thingamajig would probably be really good with these. So spicy dill is nice. Anyway, where do you get these? I don't know where you can get these specifically. The whole box is the best deal. And I'll tell you why. And we're going to talk about that too for a second, because the value is not in like the price of the box itself. Because what happens is, like, if you were to try to order each of these products individually, you can't, number one. So you end up having to buy like 12 of these and 6 of these and, a case of this and whatever. And even if you could buy them individually, like, you could find a place where you could just buy one, or something like, sometimes Nutrition will allow you to like buy individuals instead of buy the case. You still have to pay shipping at different places, all the different websites. So I've done value comparisons and value breakdowns on these boxes as far as what it would cost you if you wanted to try each of these products. What it would cost you individually has been anywhere from $120 to $185. And that's using the absolute cheapest sources with the lowest or freest shipping. and combining like orders where you can and things like that. Like I spend usually like an entire day researching, and you can't buy these products individually. You end up having to buy like a case at a time or whatever most of the time. That's one of the big values of Keto Krate outside of the fun kind of like birthday surprise part, like, oh, my box is here, and everybody gets real excited. But aside from that, the biggest value is you get to try products you never would have been able to try otherwise, or even find you never would have heard of otherwise. And but at that price you couldn't. Like for the price that you order Keto Krate, it would cost you at least that much to order any one of these products individually, because you can't order them like as a single product, like they come in the box. So that's one of the great things about it, is it allows you to try a variety of things every month or not every month. And that's what I wanted to get into. As far as where do you buy the Keto Krate box, if that's what you were asking, I have a link in the description of this video, and it's travelinglowcarb.com/crate with a K, Krate, and there's coupon code. But if you can't find it, just leave a comment and I'll give you the link, and make sure that you have the coupon code. But there's options, and I wanted to tell you about those options because, like I said, if you don't want to subscribe, or maybe you want to give it as a gift to someone else, but you don't know for how long or whatever, I want to tell you all these new things. Because also when you go there, now there's two options. Like there's a smaller box and a regular box. And what's the difference between the two, and which one should you pick? And as you guys know, I like to try to help you make the best buying decision, the smartest buying decision for you. It's not going to make me any difference either way, what you decide. But I want to give you the options so that you can make the smartest choice and be happy with it. All right, so let me keep going as far as what's in the box. There are 9 products. I think we've been through 4. These Raw Rev, it's like Raw Revolution. They're called Raw Rev Glow Bars. These are good. This kind of stuff I throw in my bag when I'm going to be at the doctor's office or in the car for a while, going to see my daughter, or any number of things, especially when I'm like hiking or whatever. So if I'm going to be out and about for a while, you never know when you're going to get hungry or what's going to happen. Like the other day, I was just making a quick trip and I got stuck for 35 minutes in traffic. There was like some construction or something, like they just held off traffic, and I was like, man, I should have eaten before I, did this or whatever. So I keep things like this with me all the time. I like this one. It's creamy peanut butter and sea salt. It's good. I've had this one before. This is biltong. This is seasoned dried beef. It is, I was going to try to see like if this one was, all right, it doesn't say specifically. Oh, no, it does. 100% grass-fed beef. Most of the time they are. These products like are really high quality. They're not like the generic stuff you can get at the grocery store. They're specialist products and extremely high quality. So this is grass-fed beef, and it's called biltong. And I'm not necessarily a big fan of meat products, so you see me eating a lot of eggs. And the 2 recipes I've shared with you this week were both vegetarian. I'm not vegetarian. I just, sometimes I'll go on a kick while I'll eat a big ribeye or a whole pound of bacon or this or that or whatever, but it's just not like all the time or whatever. Some people love these things, meat products. The meat products are their favorite in the box. If my son comes by, he usually snags those anyway. He loves those. So the other thing that I thought was really cool and fun in this box is a coconut butter spread, and it is flavored vanilla cake batter. This is Nikki's coconut butter spread, vanilla cake batter flavor. Yum. So I'm anxious to try that and figure out what I'm going to try it on. And that's the fun thing again, is like, how do I best want to use this? Like, what's the most delicious way to use this product? Because it forces you to kind of mix things up and have different things or try new things or whatever. And I like that. So I was just thinking, like, you can just knead it up and squeeze it out, right? But I was thinking, with it being the vanilla cake batter, that maybe I'll make some low-carb blueberry muffins and put this on it, kind of like icing. So, and if you want my recipe for low-carb blueberry muffins, just put muffin recipe as a comment, and I'll come back and give you the link, because they are so good. They're not like grainy and coarse and all that, like most gluten-free low-carb bread products or muffins or whatever are. Mine are really good. I have a really good recipe. Anyway, what else is in the box? Oh my gosh. It was really a big chocolate box this time around. I mean, besides this yummy vanilla cake batter, coconut butter spread, we got the meat, we got the pork rinds. We also had the hot chocolate, the yummy bar, that's nice and sweet, the double chocolate cookie, and of course the buffalo walnut. So there's a little something for everyone, spicy and sweet and meat. Spicy and sweet and meat. There you go. Anyway, the last two things are chocolate bars. And Choco Perfection, this is the dark European chocolate bar. Choco Perfection is consistently amazing. It is a very good brand. But Coco Polo, this will rock your keto socks. Coco Polo chocolate is amazing. This one is milk chocolate quinoa. Did I say it right? I don't know if I said that right. So it says no stevia something. I'm trying to see what the carb count is on this one. I think the carb count on this one is 5 net carbs, and that's because it has that in it. But it's one of those like crispy, poppy, like crunchy. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like what are those? It's I've been keto for almost 8 years. So when I'm trying to describe an old non-keto food, I forget what they are. The crisp bars, you know what I'm talking about? That have the crispy things or whatever. Anyway, so those are the 9 products that are in this month's box. If you got this month's box, I'd really like to know what your favorite thing was, or if you've tried anything yet. I haven't had a chance to eat anything yet because I was saving it to do this video for you. And like I said, I just found out they have plenty of these boxes left, but they always sell out really fast. So you want to kind of hurry, and you can order one and use the coupon code. It's in the description of this video because it'll save you $5. But let's talk about those options because I already get the box, I don't go look at, like what the checkout looks like on the website all the time anymore. But people were bringing up things to me when they went to order, and I was like, that's new. So I went and looked. So there's 2 options now, right? When you go to order the box, then you have like the Nibbler box or the Muncher box. And so what they're doing is they're offering a smaller box that doesn't have this many products in it. And I can tell you what it has in it because I got the insider scoop on that. So if you decide to go with the smaller box, I can tell you exactly what you're going to get and what you're not going to get. Anyway, so what's the difference? Then there's this gift option. So do you want to subscribe? Do you want to give a gift? Do you want the Nibbler? Do you want the Muncher? It's a little confusing where it used to just be, do you want the Keto Krate or not? That's it. And it's like $39.99 a month. I think that's with shipping, or $34.95 a month. I don't know. There's a $5 off coupon code. It's $39.99. That's what it is. So the new box is like half the stuff and half the price. So it's $19.99. It doesn't have the same amount of products in it, obviously. So there's that. So here's the thing, and let me just look because I made a couple of notes. When you go to the page, and I put a link to it in the description of this video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So just go to the page and look at it. And it's going to tell you, do you want to join or do you want to give a gift? Here's the cool thing. So if you want to join and get it every month, I mean, you do, you should. I mean, it's fun, right? But maybe you don't. So, and that's okay. So now you have an option that they didn't really have before by using their gift option. So you can now, like if you want to give it as a gift to someone who's keto or going keto, maybe they're going to, start for the new year and you want to give it to them for Christmas, you have the option to give them 1 month, 3 months, or a whole year, depending on who it is, and like how much you want to give, right? And so what you would have to do before is you would have to pay for a subscription and then and just have it sent to them, right? And then when you decided they had enough boxes for their gift, then you would have to go in and cancel it yourself. Now with their gifting option, you prepay. So you can just like give somebody 1 box, or you can give somebody 3 boxes or a whole year's worth of boxes. So you know what that means. You could gift yourself. So if you don't want a monthly recurring payment, then you could just gift yourself 1 box or 3 boxes or 12, right? Like you can make that decision. So it's kind of a nice commitment too, hang on a second. So it's kind of a nice commitment factor too, because, it keeps you on track. It gives you kind of incentive, like my keto box is going to be here any day now. And then when you get your box, then you have all these fun new things to try. And so it's a good way to kind of like keep yourself on track. I think it's really good for that, especially when you have like chocolate bars and things you can't get at the store. And most of these things you really just can't get at the local store or whatever. So I want to just say that the other option, so there's the option where you can subscribe, and there's the option where you could do the gift, and you can gift yourself. That way you don't have to, if you don't want to subscribe, that's the option that I would take. And so here's the thing. So this month, if you order right now, you're going to get the November box because they still have some left. Now the snack box or the Nibbler box that's smaller, that's half the price, they have a lot less of those left. So I just have a little insider info for you. But anyway, there's only 5 products in it. And one of the products is not in this box. And I'll tell you what it is. Let me find it. It's something that came in last month's box, I think. Or I just got the boxes mixed up. Anyway, so you're going to get 4 products out of this box, 4 of the 9 that I just showed you. And I'll tell you which ones you get in the $20 box. And this 5th product, which is Burn Butter. And I'm still trying. I think it's a great product, and I really like the guy that owns the company. I met him at KetoCon, and it is a good product. It's like avocado oil, MCT oil, something clarified butter, hazelnut, it's like good, it's good ingredients. And I want to love it. I really do. I've tried it twice now, 2 different ways, and I couldn't fall in love with it, so I'm going to keep working on it. But anyway, this is one of the products in the half-size box, the little box. They call them something like the snack box or the Nibbler box. Anyway, this is one of the products you'll get that's not in the regular box. But it's, like hit or miss. I think some people like it to make their bulletproof coffee with. I haven't quite fallen in love with it yet. But I will be honest with you and say one of the reasons probably is I don't like stevia. I know that makes me weird and crazy. I've never been a big fan of stevia. It has this aftertaste that it's like I have to brush my teeth 3 times afterwards. This has monk fruit extract, organic erythritol. I don't actually see that this particular hazelnut one has stevia, so maybe it's the monk fruit. I don't know. So I'll have to try it again. Anyways, so you're only going to get 4 other products, the 4 of the 9 out of this box on the half price one. I'll tell you what they are. You don't get the hot chocolate. You don't get the biltong. It's steakhouse flavored. You don't get the Cocoa Polo bar in the half size box. You want this. These are, I don't know if you've ever bought Lily's bars before, but a lot of times they're anywhere from like $5 to $7 a piece for these. I mean, they're gourmet candy bars. And you only eat like little squares of them at a time. It's not like when we were not keto, like pre-keto life, where you would eat the whole candy bar and then still eat something else. It's not like that. You might eat 2 or 3 squares of it at a time. Anyway, you don't get the candy bar either. You also don't get the spicy dill pork rinds. And you don't get the coconut butter, the vanilla cake batter, coconut butter spread. You don't get that either. So with the half price box, you get the walnuts, this Raw Revolution peanut butter sea salt bar. You get the Chocolate Perfection candy bar, this one. Oh, and you do get the No Freeze cookie. I have a coupon code for these, by the way, if you just want to order these cookies. And then you get that Burn Butter that I just showed you. So that's what you get in the smaller size box. So the rest of these products you don't get and you kind of want. Anyway, so that gives you an idea of what's the difference, because now it used to be when you would go to Keto Krate's website, it was just get the Keto Krate, and it's the same box every month. So now you know what the difference is if you're looking at, and it has the 2 different options. Now, as far as the price and value, Like I said, the value of the box is way greater than than just like what they say on the website. So I've done value breakdowns on these boxes. Like if I personally wanted to go and order each of these products myself, let's say I thought I'd like to try those walnuts and I'd like to try that candy bar and I really like to try those dill pork rinds, or maybe I'll have some of that hot chocolate. So if I tried to order each of those individually, it ends up costing you anywhere from $100 to $200, just simply because you got shipping at different websites. None of these products are sold individually. Usually you have to buy a whole case of them, and then what if you don't like them? So when people get things in the Keto Krate and they're like, there was, 3 of the items out of the box I didn't like this month. And I'm thinking that's the great thing about using the Keto Krate box versus, when you go to order from these websites, if you ended up with like 10 or 12 of them, that wouldn't be good if you didn't end up liking the product. And that happens to people all the time. I was just talking to a lady on Instagram who bought some bars that just came out. They were like some brand new keto bars. And I think I haven't tried them yet myself. Anyway, so she messaged me and she asked me if I tried them. And they come 12 to a box. And I said, I haven't yet, but I'm looking at trying them. She goes, they're awful. She said, I'll give you mine. I'm like, just, get with them and get a refund or whatever. I mean, that's what you have to do. But that's such a hassle to go through. If you get 12 bars or 12, a case of 12 bags of walnuts or whatever the case is, and you open them up and you don't like them, then you're kind of stuck with like this whole case of something, and then you have to return it, which to me is personally a hassle. So with a box, you're not that invested in any one product, and you get to try lots of different things for the same price that it would cost you probably to try one thing. So that's kind of the big thing for me. The value is so much more though than the fact that it's a good deal on the actual products. The value to me is in like the excitement factor, number one, and number two, it keeps me on track because, hey Joe, it keeps me on track because it gives me something to look forward to. And I have to tell you guys, that is my favorite thing under the sun. It's something to look forward to. So if I have plans or I have like, for example, I have a concert coming up. I have 3 concerts coming up that I'm going to. And I'm so excited. Like it gives me something, to look forward to. Then there's a big event in LA in January that, that gives me something to look forward to. And it's an incentive for me to like get back to my exercising because I'd like to look nice when I go. Anyway, speaking of, where are you based? Because I'm going to be doing a year-end trip to Charlotte, North Carolina. End of January, I should be in LA or near LA, looking at White Rock Beach sometime between now and that's near Vancouver, sometime between now and March. I was actually going to go next week for Thanksgiving, but my plans changed. So let me know where you're based because I do meetups all over the place. And I have lots of keto snacks. So I'm thinking about doing some taste testing meetups. So for example, I have low carb crackers. I have some new ketology drinks. I have the new Nui cookies. They used to be keto cookie. I have snacks coming out my ears. So I was thinking it would be fun to do some taste testing meetups. And I'll be, like I said, Charlotte, LA, White Rock Beach, and Vancouver for sure between now and March. So, but let me know where you're based. It may be that I'm going to be in your area. And it would be fun to have a meetup, if there's even 3 to 5 of us or whatever, where you could like taste test some different snacks and things like that. I love reviewing these things for you guys because some things are gross. What was it we were talking about on Instagram? I had a bar recently that I thought you guys were going to love. And because it was like keto, it was plant-based, it was really good ingredients, it looked good on paper, okay? And it was one of those products I was super excited about. It also tasted really good. Although I ended up giving the rest of them to my daughter, and she's like, smells like Bath and Body Works. But she ate them and she's like, these are delicious, and they're really good, like real food. Unfortunately, they kicked me out of ketosis, like quickly too, which was interesting because generally your ketone levels go down a lot slower than your glucose. Like your glucose will spike first and your ketone levels take longer to go down. But within an hour, my ketone levels had dropped dramatically, and within 2 hours, I was completely out of ketosis, and remained that way. Like, and I'm pretty fat adapted. And so it was shocking to me. And so that's a product I'm not going to tell you about. I'm not going to say, hey, this is a great product, you should grab it. Like, I actually go through the trouble of pricking my finger twice to do blood glucose testing, and then to do before I eat it, and then to do blood ketone testing. So I prick my finger twice before I eat it. Then I eat it, and sometimes it's gross in my mouth. Reviews are not always fun. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that's awful. Anyway, and then if I do eat it, if it's decent, then an hour later I have to test my glucose levels again, my ketone levels, and then 3 hours later, 4 hours later, just to make sure. And a lot of times I will go through this twice. So what I have to do in order to prepare to do a review for you guys is 72 hours of completely clean eating. And that's assuming I didn't have alcohol the day before the 72 hours. Otherwise, I make it 5 days instead of 3, because alcohol takes longer to metabolize than food. So I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not. It causes what's called the alcohol stall. So I have to not drink a glass of wine. And then I have to, for 72 hours, eat only the cleanest, simplest foods, no more than 3 ingredients per plate, mostly like cheesy eggs or, like super simple stuff. And then I get crappy comments on my blog like, your food is disgusting. And that's because I had cheesy eggs with steamed broccoli on top of it for a couple of reasons. It was the only thing I had left in the house. And 2, because I was on a streak where I was getting my body prepared to do a food review. And in order to do that, I have to eat super clean leading up to it for 72 hours. I want to get the absolute best testing environment possible in my body, right? So I did have scrambled eggs with steamed broccoli on top of it because I was craving vegetables, but I didn't want to do a big complicated meal. And that was actually leading up to that review I was just telling you about. And anyway, so once I get my body in ideal state, clean eating, 72 hours, no alcohol prior, then I have to prick my finger no less than 6 times. And that's before I'll tell you, hey, this is a keto product I really like. That kind of thing. Speaking of, did you see my banana bread? No, I'm sorry, we don't eat bananas. My zucchini bread. Did you see that? And it made muffins. So that was from the Peely Hunters products. And if you didn't see my zucchini bread recipe, just leave a comment and I'll give you the link to it. Anyway, I have some right here. This is not the pumpkin spice flavor. This is their traditional flavor. This regular original flavor makes the best blueberry muffins and blueberry pancakes. Low carb, super low carb you will ever eat. It is the best of the best. For that, I don't like it by itself. And I'll be straight up with you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Straight out of the jar, I don't like it. There are a lot of nut butters I love straight out of the jar and actually eat straight out of the jar, with a spoon. But this I don't. This, however, is the best thing to bake with ever. And I will tell you a little secret. I don't know what it is about it. It's very high in magnesium, very high in potassium. It is the peeling nut that this nut butter is made from is wild harvested. They're not farmed yet, which is a good thing. They're wild harvested out of volcanic soil. So they're full of magnesium, full of potassium, full of vitamin E, I think, all kinds of stuff, whatever. And it's super clean. They don't put a lot of crap in here. It's super clean food, paleo, vegan. Let me just see. It's better than organic. No kidding. But it's all those things. It's all those food things. Anyway, the thing about it is every time I bake with it or the peeling nut butters and the peeling nuts, my ketone levels spike up. So I produce more ketones and I lose weight. I lost 2 pounds this week eating 2 loaves of low carb zucchini bread. Drowning in butter, some of them, and the other ones were lathered with the actual pumpkin spice peeling nut butter or whatever. And I have a dirt dauber in here. I don't know how it got in here, but it's freaking me out. Anyways, I lost 2 pounds. My ketone levels spiked up. It was great. So I do all this specific testing on this stuff So that's just, to kind of give you an idea of what goes into a product review. It's not, it's not just like I eat it and I say, oh, wow, this tastes really great. So you want to be careful, like who you trust in terms of product recommendations and product reviews. There have been, and I don't mind to tell you, like which products I like or which products I don't like, or which ones have affected me in which way. I liked, like for example, D's Naturals, and it's now a different brand. Like people rebrand and then you don't know who's who, right? So it's called No Cow. You're familiar with that brand, maybe? It looks good on paper. And I had one, I think it came in a Keto Krate box, maybe. I don't know. It knocked me out of ketosis. I think it was a cookie, and it was the No Cow brand, or it was a bar. I can't remember which. D's Naturals. And it might have not been Keto Krate. It might have been one of the other boxes. I can't remember. Anyway, it looked good on paper. It had good macros. When I say it looked good on paper, I'm talking about the labels. I'm talking about the macros and ingredients. Anyway, so I said publicly, on social media and on Instagram, and they got in touch with me and they're like, we really appreciate your feedback. I think I said something to the effect of it tasted like cardboard and knocked me out of ketosis. But anyway, they said, we really appreciate your feedback. We have a whole new line of products coming out, new recipes. Can we send you some to try? and I'm happy to do that. But once again, in order to do that, I have to get myself in an optimal state of ketosis for at least 72 straight hours. So, and here's the thing, going back to that, I didn't follow up with that. I still don't necessarily trust it 100%. Like, maybe I got a false reading. Maybe it was something else, maybe my hormone levels, or this or that. So I will go through the process of getting myself back in ketosis, which takes me at least 72 hours, 3 to 5 days, even though I'm very fat adapted. For some reason, it still takes me that long. And then I have to do the whole clean eating thing once I get in ketosis. So it can take me 2 to 3 weeks to review a single product, especially if I want to, like test it twice, blood test it. As far as do I think they're mislabeled, Sally, I want to address that because it could be one of two things. Anyway, they were very cool. I'm on the R&D panel, research and development and taste panels for a lot of these keto companies. And so I'll give them, very honest feedback and things like that. And I've actually helped, improve products for you guys too, which has been fun. But anyway, as far as the No Cow brand, or it used to be called D's Naturals, they knock me out of ketosis every single time. And I've never had anything of that brand that I actually like the taste of. So Sally says, do you think they're mislabeled? And so are they being misleading? Are they, is it trickery? I think that's a very good question. It's very important because it could be the case, but for the most part, I really think it's ingredient based. Like I may have an intolerance to a specific ingredient. And I have not put my finger on it yet, what ingredient it is specifically. So I'm in the process, I went through this whole series of clean testing last winter, but it gets to be really laborious for me. I just explained the process, right? And that's per product. So let's say if I wanted to, rule out chicory root fiber, or what's the other one? The one that's in Chalk Zero. I ruled it out. I thought it was my culprit. I was scared because I love Chalk Zero. But anyway, so there's a couple of different potential things now, and maybe that ingredient affects me and not you. That's a possibility, and the only way we're going to know that is if we all do that kind of stringent clean testing. So I know I kind of went off on a totally different topic, and I didn't really mean to, but I think it's important, to kind of give you a feel for what goes into, deciding what I get excited about, what I share with you guys. A lot goes into it. I got teased about the zucchini nut bread recipe, about how long it took. And it did take me weeks to put it out there for you guys. And I kept putting out teasers because I thought I was going to publish it the next day. But I did go through 2 batches, and I did go through multiple rounds of testing. And then I allowed, it was at least 3 to 5 days after I ate 2 batches of it to watch how my body responded, my ketone production levels, things like that. Before I share the recipe with you guys, like I'd hate for everybody to go out and eat it and be like, hey, or something like that. So it's good to see you guys. If you have any questions about any of this, the big thing I wanted to share with you was they still have plenty of these November boxes left. So if you want one, get one. And now the options are you can get just 4 of the 9 products out of this box plus the burn butter, which some people love it. I'm trying to like it. I don't love it yet. I want to. There's a lot of products I'd love to love, but it just happens or it doesn't. Anyway, so the thing is, you can get this box. So if you order right now, they will ship it next day. They're shipping next business day on these boxes right now. And so you'll get all this yummy stuff, all this good stuff. The other thing is knowing the difference between the 2 options. And the third thing being the gift option, which you could use for yourself. If you just wanted the 1 box, you could use the gift option, gift yourself 1 box or 3 boxes. Maybe you want to say, I'm committed for the next 90 days. I'm going to get 3 boxes, but I don't want to have to worry about unsubscribing. So then you could just gift yourself 3 boxes. And then, and don't forget to use the coupon code, obviously. You want to save every dollar you can. But anyway, so those are all the options. And if you have any questions about it, let me know. If there's any way I can help, if you have, questions about which option is right for you, or if you didn't understand, like if I skipped something about what's in the box or how something works or something like that, just let me know. But you can go to travelinglowcarb.com/crate, Krate. The link is in the description of this video, and you just use the coupon code 52018. And that's the word 5. Again, it's in the description of this video, or you can leave a comment and I will give it to you. But you want to do that before they sell out, because they do tend to sell out pretty fast. The cool thing though is if you subscribe now, so you get billed every month, but you're going to get the November box now, like they'll ship it next day, and then pretty soon you're going to get the December box, right? Because you'll be subscribed. And how great is that you're going to have like 2 boxes full of keto stuff to get you through the holidays? It is helpful. It is extremely helpful to have things like this on hand, especially like hot chocolate and candy bars and, crunchy stuff and spicy stuff and all the different stuff. So anyway, I hope that answers some questions, because people have been direct messaging me and messaging me on Facebook and emailing me even, and I don't catch them all. So I wanted to kind of explain that's what's going on, because I didn't realize there were so many new options with the, what's the whole, the Nibbler, the Muncher, the gift, the subscribe, so hopefully that kind of explains it a little bit or helps out. Any questions on that? Or did you get the box this month, or are you interested in getting the box this month? I think the big thing to keep in mind too is I don't really think they describe it well on the website, because they say it's like a box full of snacks every month, but it's really not. I mean, it's full-size products you can do stuff with. There's probably recipes for this hot chocolate mix. I'm guessing, what came to mind is I bet I could make a chocolate cream pie out of this. I'm just going to have to get creative and look it up and see. But I'm going to check that out. I'll probably make good coffee creamer too. But this, like I said, for example, I would love to just eat these straight out of the bag and maybe dip them in ranch. But they have a recipe that comes with the box that's for like bacon, walnut, buffalo, tangy ranch, spicy dip or something. So it's not that you're just getting a box of snacks. They're full-size products, number 1. And number 2 is that you can actually use them to make stuff or get creative or whatever. So I'll go back to, how many of you have tried No Foods cookies? I'm in the process. I can't really give you a ton of details yet, but I'm in the process of working on a recipe that uses these as a base. How fun does that sound? So let's say, for example, that you got a variety box and there was certain flavors you didn't like. Like maybe you just didn't like the cinnamon cookies. But maybe if I had a recipe where I took the cinnamon cookies and made them as a base for Like, let's say a strawberry cream cheese, like a strawberry, we'll do like a strawberry pie on a cinnamon streusel crust or something like that, right? So that's the fun part, is like getting creative with the products. So I don't like every product as it is straight out of the package. Like for a long time, I didn't really like the Nui cookies. I didn't really, and they used to be called Keto Cookie, and I didn't really like them straight out of the package. So I would put like peanut butter. I'd layer them up, like make stacks. So I would put like peanut butter and cream cheese, and then drizzle them with macadamia nut butter, and then add blueberries and strawberries, and make this whole like dessert dish out of them or whatever. Then they're really really good, you know. And so it's about like having fun with them or making a meal out of them, or, like I don't feel like making dinner tonight, so let's just make a big healthy cookie snack. That's fun. Anyway, hopefully that was proved helpful. If you have any questions about ketone testing, blood glucose testing, um, any products I've reviewed, the Keto Krate itself, any of the options for that, let me know. I was most interested in the new gift option. I think that's really, like, they haven't really announced that I know of. But the fact that, especially with the holidays coming up, so let's say at Thanksgiving, if you're hanging out with your friends or your family, whichever you do, and somebody's like, "Wow, you look amazing," or it's the keto thing, right? It's the keto thing, and you'd be like, "Yeah," and they'd be like, "I'm starting for the new year," and so if you really love that person, you really care about that person, and you want to inspire them and motivate them, that would be the perfect Christmas gift if you know they're going to start for the new year, right? Like you could give them a 1 month or a 3 month subscription and be like, hey, the 90-day challenge is kicking off in January too. And then that plus the Keto Krate, we can do this together, it'd be kind of fun. So I love the gifting option. I think that's awesome and fun. I also think it's cool that you could use it for yourself. I'm assuming that'll work. But that way, in case you don't want to have a subscription and you just want to get the box for maybe 3 months and check it out or whatever. So I rambled on a little bit longer than I meant to. So thanks for hanging out with me. And if you want one of these this month's box, they're shipping them next day. So you want to go ahead and get that before they sell out. If you need the link or the coupon code, just leave me a comment. And if you have any questions about anything keto or anything at all, like the moon or the color of the sky, I don't know. I can't answer everything, but I could try. And I love your comments and questions and love getting to know you guys. So anyway, that's it for now. If you got the Keto Krate, I want to hear what your favorite thing was in the box. If you did not get this Keto Krate, regardless of whether you plan to or not, what's the one thing in the box that interests you most? And like I said, I've done tons of research, and I can go to these companies sometimes and get us discounts and coupon codes. So if you saw like one of these 9 products and you're really interested in that product specifically, like maybe the Crazy Go Nuts or the No Cookies or the hot chocolate or the candy bars, you guys. And this one, Choco Perfection, is consistently amazing. Sorry for all the rattling, but Coco Polo has a lot of different flavors. They're amazing too. There's another candy bar I really, really like that's not in this box I could tell you about as well. Anyway, I know the best place to get them, and I know the places you can buy them individually, not by the case. So if there was one of the products in the box you're interested in, but not the box itself, leave a comment and tell me which one it is, and I will help you not pay more than you should. You don't need to pay more than you have to, or get stuck having to buy a whole case just to try, when there's some sites where you can go and try like a variety of flavors instead of having to buy a case of each flavor, etc. Anyways, have a great rest of the day or night. And let me know what your questions are, and we'll keep talking. See ya.